How you guys doing? This is Hybridsteel, and thank you very much for coming here on a Friday night. It's a chill stream, and yes, you did read that right in the actual title. We're grinding levels for the Rusty Nuttz return, and the reason why is because I literally turned this game on a couple of days ago, and I was like, you know what? I haven't played this for a long time, and the main reason why I haven't played this for a while is because, well, reasons mainly. I got to a point where I didn't want to play it anymore. I couldn't be bothered to do it anymore. I was so burnt out from all the crap I'd done with this game, and I was just like, I can't be bothered. So what I did was I've taken nearly 3 years off of playing this game, which is quite a long time, and I got back into playing it, but there was something that was driving me more. It was the fact I was bored of having too much money in the game. That was the thing that really killed it for me when I was playing, like when I was just doing live streams and everything else. It's like nothing was a challenge, because it was like, well, I've got lots of money, so why am I playing this again? So I came onto this game a couple of days ago and deleted my save completely. I have no more record of this game, so for the last few days I've been sort of grinding back through it and been going through the missions again. Hello, David B. And basically I'm at level 7, and you know what? I'm all good there, and I'm fine, and I don't really care. So the idea is to get myself up to level 12, which is when the scrapyard's opened up, and then that's when we can actually go into, I can make videos again for this game and go from there. How am I doing? I'm doing good, thank you very much for asking, bud. So yeah, I might do like an actual season, so we do like 12 videos dedicated, or 8. It's more 8 videos now. So if I do 8 videos dedicated to like scrapyard, scrap finding and all that sort of stuff, and we go from there. But that's the plan. The plan is more just to like actually enjoy this game instead of treating it like a chore. And that's where I want that like series to come back in and actually like be part of my channel again. So it's taken 3 years to get over it. 3 years to get over the burnout hump. Okay, so yeah, it was one of those times. It really was. It sucked. And by the way, this is a YouTube only live stream. It's not on Twitch tonight. So Twitch is tomorrow and Sunday. Friday nights are just YouTube. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Just got to make sure I've got nothing in my. So I've done a couple of levels. How am I doing? Hansfin, I'm doing good. Thank you very much for asking, buddy. Cool. Right, well, that one's got a couple of issues, so we'll take it. Tenner. But yeah, so I'm missing loads of the DLC. I haven't updated this. I haven't updated the DLC stuff for like 3 years in this game, so there's loads of stuff I don't own anymore. That's fun, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just gonna play and have fun, and I'll look through all the car packs and see which ones I really want to like get into and mess around with. So it just says other tasks. Brilliant. Suppose I should have read the actual like documentation of the call. Refill coolant. Is that all I've got to do? Okay. Activation from the hood. Well, there's the hood. First like. Thank you very much, Papa Furby. Much appreciated, man. So yeah, I'm just, as I said, it's taken 3 years to get over that whole, do I really want to play this game anymore? Can I be bothered to play this game anymore? And yeah, it took its sweet time, basically. But yeah, over the last couple of days, I've been sort of like mooching back through it and trying to do certain things. In genuine, I've actually been enjoying myself again, which is quite nice. I watched the Foundry live stream the other day. Bloody trolls asking about multiplayer. Yeah. Yep. It was a little bit annoying, to say the least. But that's just the joys of life. So yeah, tomorrow will be a Foundry live stream. So I'm going to be doing Foundry from like between 6 and 7 till I come off, so about 11:30 normally. And then on Sunday I'm going to be doing Hydroneer. I had to install a load of mods and creative mode because there's no RFC shop yet in Hydroneer for Volcalidus. So, and the thing I want to do is I want to put like an RGB strip in my greenhouse of drills just to make it look cool, really. So I'm actually doing a reply to this game and started playing it again a couple of weeks. Yeah, same, man. I'm level 7. I started playing this game a couple of days ago. It's spooky, man. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I really have. And actually, like, coming back to it is weird because I'm like, I've played this game so much, but then almost doing all the stuff again it felt good instead of just like a boring thing that I was doing constantly. So I'm okay with that. How's it going? I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Are you fine? That's cool, man. Yeah, it's as I said, this is just a chill stream. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a bit more like hectic because it's Foundry. I got one comment on my video, and this dude goes, he goes, "Are you gonna be putting this much effort? Why have you put so much effort into like tier 1?" I was like, "Because you don't know me." I was like, "Because all the tier 1 stuff's now done. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's fine." But yeah, it's I know it's good. Like tier 2 is going to kill me. So tier 2 is what we're going to be starting tomorrow. I've already automated most of the processes, apart from all the new stuff now. So that should be fine. That should be okay as well. Add clean oil, but I'm doing it anyway. Why do you put so much of in? Have they? No. Well, that's the thing. A lot of the people that have come in to watch some of these videos, they've never seen my channel before. So no, they don't know who I am or what I've done or anything else in the past. So that's where I take it. At the end of the day, no, they probably never seen me. So it's fine. Done with this one. A little bit of cash, not good, but there's a little bit of cash. We need something with a lot more oomph in it. I think it's going to be this one though. We're taking it. Jewboy57, how you doing, bud? Welcome. Move the car onto pay one. So yeah, be thankful. This is a YouTube only stream. You're not fighting for the space on the right hand side with all the other Twitch streamers or Twitch chatters. So you'll be okay. You're in safe hands, sort of. Loud exhaust, poor brakes. Fantastic. We are gutting it. Poor brakes. Let's just go all the way through. It could even be the ABS module, so let's go into that first. No. Where is the ABS module? There's no ABS module on this car. It's an old Volkswagen and it doesn't have ABS or the other one, so that's cool. But you can tell these are like knackered because they're rusted bolts, so that's good. I'm doing good, and you're very awesome and funny, and you make my day much better. Oh, thank you very much. I mean, I don't see myself as that much. If you want to see a little bit more of a laugh video, go check out my the Tavern Manager one, which I gotta be honest, it's made by a couple of. If you haven't seen that video, it's made by a couple of people. Like they literally went down the pub, got talking, and then decided to build a computer game. So I played their game. It's not amazing. But genuinely, it's going to be one of those games I'm just going to sit back and enjoy. At the moment, it's just in demo form. It doesn't come out until July, I think it is. So I'm actually actively looking into it because I think it's just going to be a fun game. You know, it doesn't take itself seriously at all. It's just a bit of fun. So I think I think I'll be all right with that one. I'm not a big fan of the fact that is like rusted. Just finished watching that before it started. It's a good little game. I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Like the full game comes out in July. I actually had the developer actually emailed me and he said, "Hey, do you want to give this one a look at?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. I'll look into it." And it just looked fun, you know. We'll see how it treats me. At the end of the day, it's gonna be right. I wish that I could be as big as you, as in streaming wise. I'm not a big streamer. I genuinely think that most people underestimate like my actual reach. I'll put this into perspective. Nearly 21,000 people are subscribed to this channel. My average video gets about 300 views. If it's not Hydroneer, it's a 300 view video. So if it is a Hydroneer video, it's 1,000 views, easy. But as a smaller streamer and a smaller YouTuber, doesn't get a lot. How are you doing, Claus? Do you have a content creator thingamabog on stream? A what? Oh, I just have my profile on Steam. It's in the description box. You can get my link. My profile's there. I'm just on Steam. I don't get paid to be on Steam. I don't get paid to do nothing, by the way. Like the only money I get mainly is like literally what the channel makes. That's it. Back on CMS. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Really is, mate. I was just like, you know what? I do want to give it a go. Jew boy, I'm gonna be honest, mate. We all started from zero. When I first started, I was getting a couple of views per video. It just happens. Over time, you can build yourself up, and depending on what you play, is depending on who people are going to enjoy your content, and so on and so forth. And that's just one of those things. Everyone starts from zero on YouTube, so everyone's on an even playing field. And they've changed the algorithm a little bit, where I'm actually seeing newer YouTubers, like people with smaller amounts of views and stuff, actually on there now. With the activation of like shorts and everything else now, actually being a small creator is actually a good thing right now. Especially because they've messed around with bits and pieces in the background. It does work out for people who are just starting out. When I first started, it was like Wild Wild West. For like, oh yeah, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that, we're going to be doing this. I'm like, okay, cool. I was also in the transition between you needed 10,000 views to be monetized, and then you had to be 4,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscriber monetized. And that sucks when you first start and you're like, hey, I'm monetized because I got 10,000 views, and then like all of a sudden all that just disappears because you need 1,000 subscribers, and you're like, cheers, assholes. That was a fun time, really was. When that changed, that made me want to get to where I am now. Like, I wanted to get to that 1,000. I wanted to do this because it was literally taken away from me that day, and I'd started like 2 months before that came in. So that really, really pissed me off. That was one of those times where you sit there going, "Wow, someone really doesn't like me today." Yeah, I was that close to 10,000 views, and I was that close to getting monetized. And then it was like, no, you need 1,000. Also, you need 4,000 hours of watch time. And that was my first year on YouTube, grinding the crap out of that just to get it. But then there are people out there who are actively better at this than me, and they can do it in days. And I've seen it happen. And it's just one of those things. It comes down to what you're doing and who you're creating for and all that stuff and what you want to focus on. And you just have fun with it. That's all it is. And I know people go, well, he's talking about YouTube again. It's like, I talk about it because it's literally the only thing that I really ever do. And yeah, it does take time. Break disc. But yeah, I remember when I first started playing, I was playing anything. So I was doing sim gaming during the day. So I was doing like Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I was doing some other stuff as well. I was literally just putting videos out that I really enjoyed and what I wanted to do. And then when I came to streaming, I played a little bit of Call of Duty. I played like a few other games. My first year of YouTube was 350 videos and live streams. It was almost one a day, every day. And it had to be, it was done like that because that was my brain. It was like, that was my whole main focus. It was like, do this and you'll be fine. And yeah, there you go. It wasn't built in a day, no. But I think that's what a lot of people don't see anymore. They see people like, I think a lot of like younger people, even people who are just like, oh well, I'll never get there. You see creators like Mr. Beast and you want to be the next Mr. Beast, but that takes a long time. And you have to have that specific way of like making your content. Some people just don't do that. And that's just how it is. For me, I dig myself my own little holes because I enjoy making like tutorial content. I enjoy like doing those little guidebooks and things like that. I like doing it, and then you get pigeonholed content-wise to be put into that all the time. That's why if I make a Hydroneer video, it did well. If I did anything else, it didn't. And it's because a lot of people who watch this channel were from the Hydroneer community, but then the Hydroneer community doesn't necessarily watch Tavern Manager or Car Mechanic Simulator. So you build your audience to what you want to do, and it's why I've considered, I haven't got around to it yet, but it's why I'm building the ideas of building up a new channel, because then this channel goes into whatever I want to do and the other channel is just whatever, and it's just more fun, like entertainment content. I haven't got around to it yet, but I'm getting there. Yes, I want to open the case. Got a map. Yay. Can I actually do maps with like what I've got? I didn't think it opened yet. I can do junkyard and I can do castle. And cool. Car auctions require 15, so that's what I really want to do is I want to get to level 15. So, but it fell in one day. No, Rome's still there. It's just a little bit like preoccupied right now. I would. It is preoccupied. Right. We will do. That's just, you know what, that's just suspension. We'll do that. But yeah, with Foundry, I mean, Foundry looks good. I enjoyed playing it. My first video was more just sorting out what was left in my head. I think this is what's going to happen, is on Saturdays and Sundays when I get around to going, oh, you know what, I'm going to play Foundry. I'm literally going to sit here and go, yes, I'm going to play Foundry, and then I'm going to make a video after I've played Foundry, redoing the stuff that I didn't do. Frozen microwave. How you doing, bud? You know, if you turn yourself on, you get warmer. You'll be fine. You're good. I'm trying. Right. What do you need? Car is hard to control. Right, just steering. Steering and suspension. There you go, steering wheel. Yeah. The inner rods have melted. That one over there is knackered. Is it just that? Because that... if that's the only thing that's wrong with this car, this is a Jeep. Suspension looks alright. Right, it's just the inner rod. Are you going to play Monbazoo? Finished it. Don't need to play anymore. I've done countless series. I've done an entire series about it. You can go back and check out my videos now if you want. There is a whole run from when I first started playing it all the way through to when I finished it. Most people look at my garage and go, "You've got too much time on your hands." So yeah. Go and check out my garage. That's what most people are more impressed by. Because it's OCD heaven. It's like, yes, it works. It's fine. It was a good time. We don't need a brake disc. We need this. Hybridsteel. What's your next game to complete? I'm not. No, Power Wash Sim is just one of those things I just melt. I like chill to. I'm never gonna finish it. It's like Lawnmower Sim. Did you know that's actually it's coming out for the Switch? That there was a thing on Keymailer about it, and I was like, do I really want to play Lawnmower Simulator on the Switch? Well, I don't own a Switch, but no, I don't. The thing is, I never really finish games. Not anymore. Mainly because I'm always moving on to like the next thing. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I would say the worst part about doing what I do on YouTube is that I never really finish anything. I just play things and then I move on. And yeah, I'm basically the embodiment of that meme, which is your games library is this big, and then the amount of games you've finished is this big. I'm like, that's it. What if they do an update? If Monbazoo doesn't update like it's done before, I'll play it. And that's what I've said about Hydroneer. That's what I've said about Satisfactory. It's what I've said about all these games. If they get updates, I'll play them because the update always brings something new. Satisfactory, everyone knows that V1's coming out soon, so I'll be back on that at some point. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You need Lawnmower Sim. I have it. I have Lawnmower Sim. I've done streams on it. Not really a lot going on these ones. Okay, Mustang engine and suspension. We'll take it. I need more like experience to go up a level. So we'll check the suspension first, and we'll rip through the engine. It's fine. It's not going to be too complicated because these are just standard missions. Standard missions are like bits and pieces. Right, that suspension's fine. That one looks a bit ropey. Oil rod's gone on that one. Suspension. There we go. There's our culprit. And that one there. Excellent. But yeah, I'm always happy to return to it. It's just Santa Goat takes so long to do an update on his game. It could be like another year until it gets around to it. So yeah, I never hold my breath for anything from Monbazoo because it takes him so long to do so. He's a one-man band. He's got his own stuff to deal with. But if he's doing stuff actively, and you know, that's up to him. It's not up to me. See, all this looks in good nick apart from this, which is a rusted bolt. The thing is I don't want to touch anything else. I don't have to. Oil, yeah, we'll take that off. That's underneath the car. See, they're rusted, but I don't know if that's everything. Done. There you go. That wasn't difficult to find, was it? Replace the filters. Done. Right, I'll got air filter and fuel filter. That's fine. Left spring U-bolt already been taken care of. Running gears. Solid rear drive axle. Left spring. So that one is in the back end, which is where is the one I'm looking for? It's gonna be this whole axle, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. It's inside the wheel. Yeah, okay. Imagine if you had to remove the parts to get to the oil filter, then rebuild the section. Yeah, it would be sucky. The thing is, I've played this game so much that I sort of... This is what sort of taught me the basics of like being a car mechanic as well. I ain't very good at this, but it helps, you know. After playing like 2007 or 2018 and then 2021's version, after playing through it and then reading through all the missions and everything else, I was actually able to, when I took my car to the garage when I had issues, I would literally say to my like my mechanic, I'm like, I think it's this, and then like the sound's coming from this part of the engine, it's doing this. So I was able to help him, and then like, you know, diagnosis from his side, it didn't take half as long. So even if you're just using this as like basic, it's actually not necessarily a bad thing, you know. It gives you a rough idea. It's not like computer. What's the other one? PC building sim. If you play PC building sim, you can almost learn how to build a computer using that game. Obviously, on a scale of this much. Obviously, there's more to learn outside of the box of like actually building a computer. But when it comes down to like all the errors and all the problems that can go wrong with it, but when it comes down to the actual game itself, genuinely will help you understand how to build a computer, what's the main components, how it all gets wired through, and some of the smaller issues that can come up, and you end up doing a lot of that. And now they chucked in all the water cooling and stuff, you're actually learning how to do all this, even though it is just a computer game. You're like, okay, this should be completely fine. But even just by playing the game, it goes into enough detail that I would say that most people would be able to play that game, learn how to build a computer, and then actively build one to a certain point. That's how much like faith I actually have in like PC building sim now, because of just the upgrades they chucked into it. It genuinely does work a lot better. Oh yeah, I've got to put that one back on. That's the one I was missing. So yeah, I mean, they're basically, you know, these are real stripped down versions of what's actually wrong, but they do help. So take that as you will. One air filter. Is that everything I needed? I can't remember. Fuel filter. Oh, fuel filters. It's the cylindery thing at the back of the engine. This one. Cheers. Right. All good. Right. Near. Oh, just right. I already have an oil filter. It's just these two things: fuel filter, air filter. There we go. Excellent. Now we'll put those back in. Stick this one in first. I actually did auto mechanics as a subject in school. I think that's something I genuinely, I'm with you on this one. So I genuinely think, as of like the technologies moving forward with like obviously electric cars, which I've got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of, just because of like what they, like, you know, the elements that's needed to actually build one of those. I genuinely feel that auto mechanics should be something that kids should learn, like even if it's just basics right at the start, you know, like age 15, 16, they should, because when you get to 16 you're like, hey, I might be able to take my driving test soon. You need to start learning the basics of a car. So if somebody at a school, in every single school across, like for me, the UK, if you had a car in a workshop and you had a class learning how to do a car, like taking the engine apart, or not even just doing the more complicated stuff, just learning where all the basic shit is, I genuinely feel we would actually make a slightly more competent society. But that is just me. I've got to put the oil filter on, which means I have to raise the car up. So yeah, when like American people, when they're like doing shop class and you're working on a car, gee, that's education that I'd say most people need nowadays. Yeah. And there we go. Should be done now. Ta-da! I've got 25 XP to go up. Car is loud, that's the exhaust gone. If we do this, we've got brake and exhaust, which means there's more points. I'll go up a level, we can do a special car. It's fine. We'll get to like level 8. It's good, it's good. Right. But yeah, being a technician is part of being a mechanic nowadays because of like the modern electric engine. I find it a little bit annoying though, because a lot of the people that are protesting for like the green initiative to actually have, well, to have all of this like, you know, electric car stuff and get this, even if you were to just decrease the amount of like fuel cars on the road and people can have an electric car if need be, and we make a slower transition, it might work out a bit better. But we haven't got enough power to run all this stuff, not just right now. I would say that, what, I think it's 2030, isn't it, when they're basically stopping all combustion engines being produced. I think we're about to go into a real problem, if you want my honest opinion. Kerry, phone. Brake problems, loud with accelerating. So that is brakes and exhaust. Brake seat, brake pads, brake discs. Now I know it's not this easy to take this apart in real life, but at least I can sort of help you where things are wrong. If it was this easy, I know this is like shunning, but if it was this easy to take a car apart, I'd be well off. I'd be alright. It's never this easy though. Point and click, yes, all your wheels fall off directly. Right, so there's nothing wrong with that brake. I think we may have just found the right one straight away. Let's just check this side. Oh yeah, it's running this side. And there we go. Brake pad, brake caliper, brake disc, all one side of the car. And the front end muffler, well, the front end exhaust. It's all good, man. It's all good. Oh, I've got to take the manifold off first. Because they is knackered. And there we go. Right, so we're taking that one out. Raise the car up. Take the bottom of the exhaust off. Whack it all through the shopping list. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. And off we go to another customer. Perfect. Right. Go into this. Buy one of those. 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 Oh no, and one of those. Just because it was knackered when we bought it. Well, when we got it. So, fuel filter. We don't need a fuel filter. Air filter I don't need. Front exhaust section, done. Brake disc, definitely need. Brake disc ventilators, definitely need. Brake pads, we need 2 of them because they ran one side of the car. And then ABS pump, we have to go into the electrical one. Buy the ABS pump, and there we go. Cool. And now we can put it all back together. Let's put the exhaust on first, because everything else can be done above the car. So we are okay there. Right. Bring this down, do the wheels. And you wanna play the game with you. I hope I didn't put the wrong wheel on the front. Because some of these cars have subtly got a different sized wheel. 215/45R, yeah, see? That front one's a 245. That is supposed to be at the back. Yeah, see? And this is where some people go wrong on this game. Just like what I did just then. So the 245s is how thick the wheel is, right? So the no. Yeah, no. Ooh. It's how big the profile is, isn't it? Yeah. So 215s on the front, 245s on the back. .245 is the thickness. Alberto Torres Padilla. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm actually enjoying this game again. It's quite nice. And I'm getting ready for like the infuriating like smash in the face I'm going to get tomorrow when I'm playing Foundry. Because that's going to be fun. But mainly the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to do a mini series of like the Rusty Nuttz garage again. So yeah, it'll be alright. Oh, if you must know, I did sort of cheat having like I put on all the experience points so I could do this faster. Because you wouldn't be able to do this fast. Because they'd be like, it's not working properly. It's just too slow. Cool. We went up a level. That means big car. So this is going to be like a whole thing. We're going to be taking apart this whole car because it's going to need like lots of work. I can't. Yeah, the Panther's like a bitch of a car as well, so we might be alright. Yeah, well, I'm looking. I've already done this game once through properly. Basically, what I did was I used WeMod to do my available points, so I'm able to do all of this. But then earning the money. I wanted to earn the money legit. I had to go through all this stuff because you have to get to a certain level first, and there's no mods. There's no mods to push you to that like next section where you're able to like actually up your levels. So you have to grind your levels up. If I can get to like level 15, then I can start doing junkyard storylines. I can start doing auction storyline. You know, those things I used to do, and just roll with it and see how it all works. So I'm all good with it. Alright, cool. So this one is a 2-page set. Repair all problems with Bodywork, so we've got to take the body off. Change oil, spray it factory cut. That means I'm going to have to buy the paint shop. So first off, what I'm going to do is we are going to empty the liquid out of all of these things, because I empty everything out to start with. People like when I did this in the videos, people were very critical of this. Why are you doing this all the time? The reason why I'm doing this all the time is because it works. And it gets rid of everything. So I don't have to. And it just means that's one task I know I have to do. Ugh. So if I empty all the liquids and I accidentally remove one, I get fined for it as well. Right. Raise it up. Get rid of all the fluid because it's sick. Move back to start. Right, cool. Then what we need to do, yeah, I always change the fluids. I need to buy the paint shop because I need to spray this the original colour. Paint shop's not cheap either. Paint shop's 15 grand, man. Yeah, also when it says spray it factory colour, yeah, it definitely needs a wash. Yes, I completely agree. That's where it's going. But that's the one thing is yeah, factory colour is easy though. It's just click button done. Right, you wash car. Looks like my favourite. By the way, guys, as we're like 40 minutes in, thank you very much for kicking by. It's most appreciated. If you do want to help this channel out, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates. You can become a member for as little as 99 cents a month, which is cheaper than any cup of coffee on the planet, apart from if you make your own. And there we go. There is merch in the description box. You can go and find it out for yourself. And the world is a better place if you just chill out and be cool. Interior, yes, do the interior as well, just because we can. There you go. It's a bit rusty. It looked better dirty. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit. I'm gutting most of the panels off this because it said it needed to. Thing is what you do with this game is don't spend all your money on everything, because if you spend all your money, it's like, damn it. Now I can repair all these sections. Frosty Gigabyte, how you doing, sir? Welcome. How much is it to metal work it? $500? Yeah, sure. Doobie-doo. The whole chassis is worse. Now it's perfect. Right. So let's get rid of these. Cool, cool, cool. See, that I believe is the actual standard colour of this car. Right, so first off, it says in the description that repair or replace these body parts. Did a 1980s Ford Escort ever have a good day? Yeah, my dad used to own one. It was not a bad car. My uncle's Ford Escort got nicked. Front bumper left, so I'm going to assume the ones that I need to replace are literally the ones that are knackered. I mean, everything looks like it's knackered, which is not good. What's the bare minimum requirement on this one? %. Eesh. I feel like I need to buy the side of the house, which is 10 grand. I cannot afford to do both. I don't like it. Is it just 4 pieces that I need to repair? 1, 2. Okay, front left fender, front right fender. Did I not take the right one off? I took both of them off. 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, let's go to shop. We need to do Bodywork station. This is a BMW. I'm just looking for the car. It's not going to be in here, is it? It's going to be in the other one. It is this one. Right. No. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. It's in the other shop. No, the other shop. Body tuning. Panther. Headlight. It's going to be expensive. Going to be expensive. Oh, really? Okay. We need that one. And then we need... Oh, okay. So this is the problem with this one. This car has 2 sets of bodywork. Because some of it's modded, whereas some of it's not. So we've done that one. We need that one. That is the worst part about this one. Right. I hope I've done enough. Don't worry, we'll do the metal work on it again, it'll be fine. But if it's like, well, it's not finished because you need to do all the body work, it's going to cost me a bit more to do all this. So I want to get this bit done first and then maybe fix it and see what happens. But it's not looking great, let's put it that way. The thing is none of this body work needed to be done. Like, done. Dun 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 dun. Right, if I just fix this. I know I should have done this before. Oh yeah, that just does the chassis. So I've just done that twice for no reason. Brilliant, cool, fantastic. Right. It's okay. Because I've repaired the bits and pieces of the car that were already knackered. That's fine. Spray it factory colour. Factory colour is white. I don't think it's going to matter. It's going to look terrible. Paint shop. We're going to go white. Factory colour. Yes. It's going to cost me $1,000 to do this. Move car back to grid 1. Now, it didn't ask me to repair all the other parts. Yeah? It's repair all the body parts. Done it. Okay? So I'm fine with that. Now we've got to do the wheels, because the wheels are absolutely... The couple of the wheels are knackered to boot. Right. Pull this up. We're going to be taking them all apart, because I think it was an accident. Front looks good. Front looks good. Rubber bushes look okay. Oil filter's knackered. Back wheels, terrible, one side. So we need to take this one apart, this side, because this whole side is smashed up. Do you know BMWs have a very important optional part? Yeah, the indicators. Most people choose not to even have them, or use them at least. Scruffy O'Fool, how you doing, sir? If it's not the indicators, I'm going to be surprised. Yeah. Mate, sorry? I'm streaming, yeah. But yeah, I've seen, I think out of like every BMW driver I've ever seen, I think I've actually seen like maybe 10 actually use their indicators. And I don't know why. I mean, is it as soon as you own a BMW, do you just forget they exist? Like, because everybody is taught, use your indicators for it, like for turning, you know, because it helps other drivers know where you're going. And I see loads of BMW drivers just not use them. So is it a thing that as soon as you get a BMW, your brain just goes, ah, and you don't have them anymore? Or do just a lot of people who own BMWs just forget they exist? It answers on the postcard, because I'm genuinely quite impressed that none of them really use them. Sawyer, how you doing, buddy? Broken my wit. I just don't get it. I think even if I owned a BMW, I would be one of the very few people in the entire world that would actually use my indicators. Because I get annoyed with myself if I don't use my indicators, because obviously other people on the road. And I'd rather not have them smash into the back of my car. Or into the front, depending on like which way I'm driving. I almost got hit the other day. I was going to the gym. And I was indicating to turn left. And an Aston Martin came up behind me. And it was like, yeah, I'm slowing down. And I think he was just surprised I was slowing down into the middle of nowhere. And that's where the gym is. The gym I go to is situated on the back of a farmland. So they actually have like this spare bit of land in the corner, so they turned it into a gym. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, actually. Right, so that's up. We can take the oil filter. Fantastic. Too many people with too much bloody money. They're people who own Ferraris. And that was oh no, hold on. Yeah, no, that was a Ferrari dealership in Gone in 60 Seconds. I know where that comes from, don't worry. I've got to replace a wheel. We've got to strip the wheel. Hopefully we only have to strip the rim, but you never know. I bet BMW drivers have cardboard licenses. Maybe. I haven't asked one. The thing is, I do like BMWs. Like, I'm a massive fan of the old M3. I really like its old style. I really do like the old classic sort of like the box. I can't remember, was it what Series 3 is it? The actual like the old school, like the little red one. One of the blokes I used to work with had one. Old BMW. It was one of those. Let me just pull this up. Display. Agree to all. This one. I really like these ones. They're really cool. I really like the fact they have this like old school style and they're still bloody reliable. But most people don't know how to drive them. It's a shame. But I like the old BMWs. I like new ones as well, but yeah. Anyways. Enough yapping. Let's get building. Let's finish this. Right, oil filter V8. Boom. We have one. A rear axle knuckle. Yep, we got that as well. Fantastic. Rear suspension arm. We need one. We got one. It's all good. Sway bar. Let's get it in. Woo! Rear suspension upper arm. Let's buy that as well. Spring cap. Definitely need it because we're taking a suspension apart. Rear wheel hub. Definitely need it because it was crashed. Yep, hub 3 needs to be done because it's bent into a million pieces. Rubber bushing because we found one that was broken. Rear suspension. I should go through all the bushings just in case on the back end because apparently that's where this accident happened. How can you tell it was an accident? The whole car is completely fine apart from this one bit. Brake disc, yeah, sure. Brake pad, yep, definitely. Brake caliber, for sure. Right, now this is where I need a pen and paper because I'm dumb. And this is the only bit that gets me, by the way. So 235 by 35R by 18. I'm not very good with tire measurements because for some reason my brain does not remember 3 simple numbers, so I don't know. There you go. So I only need one of these tires. Do I remember it? No. So 18, width 235, and profile 18. See, that doesn't work out. So the profile is around the wrong way. This is 35R and that's 18. There we go. By part. Done. Excellent. Now we need to go to the rim store and we need to buy that rim on a size 18. Ta-da! Now we're going to stick it all back together. The BMW from Need for Speed was my favourite. Oh yeah, that's an M5. It's not a bad car. I like it. I'm more, if I'm going to be honest, I'm more of an Evo fan. I do prefer like Japanese import cars. There is a guy, there's a garage just down the road from me, and every morning he pulls it out of his, because he uses it as his like go home car and then bring it back to work car, go home car. So I think he owns it, but he doesn't really use it. And it's an Evo 6 or an Evo 5. And I've sat there and just gone, I really like this car. I haven't got any money though, because I guarantee he knows exactly what it's worth. But it's got 4 doors. It would be ideal for like a family car because it's like spacious, and it's one of my favourite cars that I want to own, but I'm not allowed because I haven't got the money. Sucks. And I'd much rather own something like that than like a modern day electric car. But that's just because that's the way I'm programmed. Just one of those things. Now I'm hoping I'm putting all this back and it clicks through that it's okay. Because if not, could be in trouble. So the other thing about this game is when you finish putting things back together, make sure that it all it works. Sorry to bug you, but what is this jump star for? Basically, it's just a fun little in-game that you can play whilst you're a little character on the stream. If you push exclamation mark and jump, your character jumps on the bottom of the screen. It's just a little bit of fun. Oh, maybe one of the other tyres is knackered. Okay. Right. Oil filter I haven't put on. Rear shock absorber, rear spring. So, yeah. Huh. That's because I haven't put them on yet. I haven't balanced the wheel yet. That would help. Hey, and Hybrid can pick up some avatars and throw them too. Yeah, I can if I want to. I can throw your avatar around. It's just one of those things. But yeah, it's basically you guys are, you know, if you're one of those people that you're watching and you want to help and you want some sort of representation on the stream, if you become a member, you become one of the little avatars walking across the bottom of the stream. It's just so it's seen as you're there, you know. It gives you something to say, look, that's part of me. we go. So take that off, take it off, take it off. Cool, so I need to put the oil filter back on. And that apparently. So that's all done. Other tasks, refill, that's fine. Yep. I think when I did this originally, I think I spent a lot more money on this because I repaired the windows, the bonnet and everything. I think I genuinely spent too much. And I think that's what a lot of people called me up for when I was playing it originally. It was like, oh, why are you cleaning all this up? Because of OCD. But I know that I don't have to do it because it's not on the list and I'm not doing it for a video. I'm just doing this because I want to get through the game. And I want to start recording again. It just gives me another video that I can put out, you know? So the idea is that I want to do 8 episodes of this. So it would be me doing like scrapyard cars, maybe an auction car, that sort of thing. And that would be like once a week. And then we got Planet Crafter, which is once a week. And then I'll probably be doing a Foundry video because I'll stuff up in my live stream and that'll be once a week. So with all these videos being once a week, it means I've got like 4 or 5 videos lined up already. I'm like, that's sort of what I needed to do. But finding the games to do that is, you know, it's just what I like to do now. I think I'm done with this. Oh no, I need to do brake fluid. I think we are done. Hell yeah. Oh, I didn't put the license plates back on. Good point. Everybody's going surfing. Surfing USA. Car status fixed and done. Bye bye. Have a good day. So we got 30 grand. We're all good. And we are 261 XP in. If I wanted to do that better, I could have just taken the whole car apart and then put it all back together. So the extra XP. No, you cannot fix the bus. The bus is basically your next lift. So there's 3 bays and the bus is in one of them. So part of the story that I will be going into, in my head, this is how I'm building it, is that the Rusty Nuttz garage we shut down after the last series, which was 3 years ago. Since then, we've been doing adventures and working for other people and doing stuff around like the world, and we've come back to this garage and then it's like, you know, someone broke in and dumped this bus down and we're going to start cleaning up the place and we're going to start bringing the reputation back to Rusty Nuttz, and that's the plan. So it's sort of like a story that I'm building up in my head of like what this is all going to be like. So I know it sounds weird, but it's sort of what I like doing. That's the plan, at least. Right, cool. But the problem is getting to that level. Like, level 15 is quite a distance away if you're not doing like big jobs. What's the first jar you can? Oh, I don't know. That's the thing. It will be played out in a sort of story. So I don't know. I'm sort of building up the whole character reference in my head. I think Mark's still going to be the guy that's owning the scrapyard. My mate Gerald's going to be the auctioneer guy. And then barn locations are just, we got a random phone call, we're going to check out this sort of thing. So I like the Holden. It's cool. I've done one of these before. Right, what's wrong with you? Brake system and other tasks. Cool. think this is broken. It's got a beast of an engine in it as well. Right, I think the water's low. Yeah, that water's real low. The brake disc is knackered on that wheel. Okay, just the caliper. There's only a little bit of rust on the disc, so it's not that bad. That one's knackered though. But yeah, so I was going to look in. I want to look into the DLC packs because there's a few in there that I might pick up myself. You know, if there's other cars that I really want. I mean, the Jeeps, I'm not really fussed about the Jeep stuff. That looks terrible. Rusty Nuttz are guessing that's the replacement phase for blue balls in Married Life. No, but it's what I used to call the garage series I did 3 years ago. Aha. Don't worry, I know you're joking. I'm not dumb. Well, I am sometimes. Right, let's get the brakes off. So I want to remove this, but it's only rusted a little bit. It might be okay. And it's only just for brakes, so it probably doesn't even affect it. I think the back caliper's alright. I think we're good. Refill brake fluid, yeah. Back in the engine. Brake fluid should be at the back. There it is. Perfect. Right. Is that everything I've taken off? I don't need to do those. There's so much stuff here I haven't got. Crap. I forgot to clear all the parts from the last time. Great. So it's definitely one of those, definitely one of those. These are fine. These are fine. That's not fine. That's not fine. That's not fine. This would be the last one we did. So all of this is all the broken stuff from the last car. So we should be alright. Should. Technically, should be. I'm just going to buy 4 just because I can. And they're not too expensive. Go to electronics, pick up an ABS pump, and we are done. Right. First off, jump in the engine, quite literally, and then put this back in. And there we go. Brake pad, all good. Caliper, all good. Big wheel, yes. Do 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 do. Brakes, new bits, stick those on, stick the upper arm back on because, well, you know, I figured I needed a new one, or new bits at least on, so that's alright, and a slick tyre, and we should be okay. And there we are. Oh, damn it. Put the wrong bloody wheel on, didn't I? Played a lot of Mod Car Mechanic Simulator in the past. Would be cool to implement full customization, city roaming and racing like Need for Speed. Well, yeah, I think, but then that's pushing it. Like, that's why they introduced the drag racing stuff. City roaming, I think that's taking this game too far. I don't think the devs really want to push it that far. And full customization. That's why there is what's that game? Automate, is it Automaker? I can't remember what it's called. I've got it on Steam. Auto. There it is. No, Automation. There you go. The car company game. If you want a full, if you want a full customization thing, play that game. It's an old game, but you can literally just pull everything in, and it works with it. You can shove those you can actually shove your cars into BeamNG if you own that as well. So the two games work together. So you can build your own car in that game and then drive it in Beam. So that's just an idea. If you want that next level of customization and you want to play with your car, that's the one to be. If you really want to get in real deep into it, play a game called Wrench, because yeah, that's I looked at it and just went, that's way above my pay grade. I just can't do Wrench. Is full on ripping everything apart and going back to zero sort of thing. Okay, so we've got a 255 and they're the same size. So this means the other one I took off, which was the one at the front, is the wrong size. .285 to the 255s are going in the front. That's fine. But I mean, with the DLC, I mean, most of it comes down to rims and stuff. The workshop, though, there is a lot of workshop mods where there's people making cars for this game that aren't normal, and they look alright. So some of it is actual customization. It's just, unfortunately, the game is limited to that. If you want to build something on your own and unique, you have to learn how to mod the game, and then you have to learn how to build the cars. But apart from that, it's fine. I actually don't mind this. If you want to play another one that's a little I mean, with that you could take an entire car apart. Play My Garage. My Garage is a really good game. I've played that as well. If you want to go to that next level of ripping everything apart, yeah, and you can, down to basically chassis. Yeah, My Garage is really good. Right, next car. Right, guys, what do? We do the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Answers in chat. You've got 1 minute and 10 seconds to reply. 4. So your choice is the V-Dub. He wants the Volvo. So 4 wins because 2 people. There we go. We're doing that one. I think it's more so my ADHD can only handle building and fixing cars for a limited amount of time before I'm bored. Yes, I mean I think you'd be better off than playing. I mean, like I said, you've got the racing element with the drag strip in this game, but I think you need to play automation to build a car, BeamNG to race it and drive it and smash it up, and all the other stuff you do in it is fine. Yeah, I would agree though. It does get to a point with this game where you're like, I don't really want to do it anymore because I'm doing the same thing. Mate, I haven't played this game for 3 years because of that. So because of that one problem you think you would have, I've already had. I spent 3 years not playing this game because of it. So I'm right there with you when it comes to it does get boring. I mean, this game burnt me out completely. But I'm back on it now, and I'm actually sort of a little bit more chilled. Okay, cannot start the car, so that would be your starter motor then. There is the starter. There's the starter. Starter looks alright, so okay, spark plugs. It's going to be starter or fuses, spark plugs or fuses. And I'm looking in the wrong place for spark plugs. It could be the ignition box. Well, the wires are knackered, so that would be a good thing. The spark plugs are knackered. Picked up a junkyard truck, content warning, piston, prison simulator, raft, and dinosaur fossil hunter to try to keep myself entertained. Junkyard truck's alright. It's a little bit like, it's like a jankier version of My Summer Car, which is really weird. Yeah, I played that one. I did a couple of like videos on it as well, but it was a long time ago. I think the game's been changed since, so could be something to look into maybe. But yeah, raft, that will keep you going for a little while. Prison simulator is just fun. If you just want to beat up everybody else in the prison and just do random shit, it's fine. But yeah, raft is good. It's very, very, very long-winded. Like it's a lot of like sailing and getting lost in the sea a lot. I want to say air filter and fuses. There's your air filter. I want to say the fuse is a bit broken as well if it can't start. So I've taken off that, and then the other thing I can take off is, I don't know, I've already taken the ignition coil off. Fuses is just blown. Yeah, 2 fuses are down. Hey, I think we may have found them all. Yeah, there you go. Okay, engine has no power. 1 down. I think by far my favourite games that I actually managed to play for 600 hours was RuneScape, Skyrim, and Ark. I mean, if you wanted that sort of like a Skyrim style, you could have picked up all the Fallout games for like dirt cheap over the last few years. Even check out CD keys. They've probably still got all their offers on for Fallout, which means there's like hundreds of hours of just stuff. Hundreds and hundreds of hours. Fuel pump's fine. Fuel pump. Where's the fuel pump on this? That's fine. Oh yeah, fuel filter's at the back. Donut. Fuel pump. No, fuel pump's fine. Okay, so if it's not getting enough fuel, I bet it's this. It's rusted to nuts, so it should be alright. Okay, it wasn't a manifold. Fuel rail. We're gonna guess a piston. The only way I can check this quickly is take it up and put it up. Give me a sec. You don't check the gas line in this. See, if they're silver, they're okay. If they're black, well, that looks okay. Might be the alternator, maybe. I'll take the filter off as well, just in case. It's probably that. Imagine if this car followed the Haynes manual for all the cars down the T. Yeah, that's sort of what wrench is like. But if it was actually like that in real life, well, in this game, then you'd probably have a lot of really miffed off people. Don't like this, man. It's an interesting problem to have. I would say it's like the auto. Is it going to be as simple as that? Battery's at 64%, that's fine. Yeah, that's the problem. Most people who really like get into, like, I would say that most people who really like get into cars, like mechanics and so on and so forth, I don't think they're going to really want to play a game that is that serious. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just sort of like in my head generalizing. I mean, I'd put whatever. I'd say for me though, if it was that bad, I wouldn't play it, and that's just where I'm at. What am I not seeing here? Well, the belts are fine. Power steering plant. I mean, I'm just about to leak fuel everywhere and stuff. See, this is as a standard mission. I wouldn't have thought this would have been a thing that I would have had to do, but that's really weird. Yep. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. Oh, it's one of those long-winded ones. It really is. Take the tension off. We're going deep into this engine because apparently I'm too stupid to figure out what the problem is. So my next port of call is take it all apart, find out. I'm going to take off all the bits that will probably fail. The last port of call, if I can't find it, it's the gearbox. Because the fuel pump is fine. Not looking forward to all cars going electric? No, I'm not. I think the world is about to have a problem. And it's just my personal view. Genuinely, I feel that way. Still bloody nothing. Glorified milk floats. Yeah, basically. Right, we're going to take this wheel apart. I'm going into the gearbox. I mean, I get the idea, right? I see it as a, yes, we needed a way of making the world cleaner. And I completely understand. I genuinely think we're going at it a little bit in the wrong direction. Like I think they're trying to do it too fast, and they're not looking into the impact on the world that it's actually having. You know, and I think that's one of the main problems. It's like, hi, we're going to build all these electric cars. All right, cool. How are we going to get all the elements for it? Well, what we're going to do is we are going to dig up loads and loads of stuff out of the earth again, make loads and loads of and it's going to be transported all the way across the world so we can do this. I'm like, right, I think there's your problem. I think that's what a lot of people are not. Well, when it comes to like environmentalists and stuff, they're only looking at the picture of we need a green energy, but they're not looking at the damage that's actually doing. That's just how I see it, though. It is just me, I think. Well, I mean, this is why most of them are going to have, that's what they want to put loads of charging points in. They want to have all this stuff done and all this. And I can understand that. That's the whole thing. Yeah, the batteries are far more dangerous. The Chinese are figuring that out right now. I've been watching a lot of BVD videos where it's just basically their car just exploding in the middle of China, and they're trying to suppress that information coming out of China so they don't get a bad rep, which is not good. For me, I would say, I mean, to put this in perspective, I used to drive a Citroen C4, not the greatest of cars, but it was all right. A Citroen C4, it was a diesel. Was it a diesel? Yeah, my Citroen was a diesel, right? And it was an eco engine. That thing was cleaner than a petrol. But apparently, how I knew it was cleaner than petrol, my road tax was £40 a year. It was £4 a month to pay for my road tax. My MG3 that I drive now is 14 quid a month. So my tax on my C4 was nearly £100 cheaper than my slightly more modern petrol car. Go figure, right? So what's more better for the environment? A diesel car with an eco engine or a petrol car without an eco engine that was built in China? Wankers is all I have to say. Anyways, I've just taken the fucking gearbox apart and I still can't find what's wrong with this car. Right. if it's this, I'm going to be very disappointed. See? Simple things. Oh my god. It was that. Yeah. A lot of the electronics are sketchy on new cars. I wouldn't say they're sketchy, no, but there's just lots more of them to go wrong. That's your issue. I would see that as the main problem. Right, so air filter and air filter base. Right, let me just put up my shopping list. Right, air filter and air filter base. Air filter base. Air filter. Right, what else was wrong with this epoxy car? Okay. Ignition wires. Yes, they were wrong. No, I need them. Add to the shopping list. And then medium fuse A. And that was everything. I literally just pulled an entire car apart for one thing, and I was nowhere near it. Go figure. Oh yes, on the plus side, and I know this is me trying to find a positive in a negative, is that all of that works out better for experience for me, because yes, adaptive cruise control can accelerate and brake for you. Imagine that failing. Oh no, I've seen it fail. The Chinese. So there are videos that the Chinese don't want you to see, right? I watch a thing called, I don't know if anybody else watches it, it's called The China Show. Once a week, two guys talk about all the stuff that's in China that no one's really supposed to know about, but they have managed to like get people to actually send stuff out of China because they suppress it quite hard in China. So they're actually showing videos of these cars failing brake tests and failing cruise control tests and failing at just everything being an electric car. So if you ever get a chance, go watch The China Show. That's the name of the channel. Genuinely, I watch it because I'm quite interested of what happens in China. I'm never going to go to China after watching some of the horror stories. I'm not going. I'm just not going to touch it. How you doing in 30 days? But yeah, they show a lot of like the bad sides to what's going on in China. And a lot of the stuff they keep showing at the moment is basically all the electric cars that are just blowing up because of like defect batteries and all this stuff. And they're even showing you the electric car fields. These are fields of just dead electric cars that were made because they fulfilled the order for the government to say, oh yeah, we've produced this many cars, and then they just get left in the field, and it's basically just a fake way of saying, well, we are doing what we're doing, we're doing. And they're showing videos of like China spray painting green trees and things like this because they need them to make them look green to show that their pollution is down. So it's like you sit there and just go, holy shit. I mean, it's all documented on video in front of you, like this isn't very good. So yeah, watching that's fun. And so watching all the electric cars and stuff come out over the last couple of weeks from like BYD, is it BYD or BVD? I can't remember which one it is. But there's a couple of Chinese electric car companies that genuinely you sit and just go, how are these like, oh yeah, because it's China, that's why they don't really care. They just push them out and then they just blow up on the streets. Oh no, there is ways to, so that whole like no way to recycle thing is actually a false pretense. Most electric cars now and this has been in the last sort of like 2 years. There's a French company that basically they've been saying that they can actually break down a electric battery down to 98% of its stuff. So they're literally down to the last 2% of like the recycling process, which is more, you know, I think that's the more chemical side of stuff. But all of the metals, the lithium and everything else can actually be broken down and recycled now, which is good. It means we've actually come forward in technology, which is nice, but it's not, obviously 98% isn't 100%. So that's what I think that's what they're aiming for now. So yeah. Not economical to ship it all to that. It actually is for China. So this is what Donald Trump wants. I know some people don't really like Donald Trump and everything else, but what he wants to do is if China were able to start making the cars in Mexico, he wants to charge them 100% commission on every car sold, so that stops the Chinese making money in America. Which I certainly just went, I'm all for supporting that. I'm not even American, and that sounds like a good idea. Because they don't really, when it comes to China, because their cars are so cheap and they can undercut anybody, they don't care about how much it costs to get them to get them out of the country. All they care about is selling them, and they don't care. So yeah, that it's actually economical for China to do it because their cars are so cheap. And as I said, the guys on the China show, Winston and I can't remember his mate's name now. Basically, they sit there and they talk about all of this stuff, and when they used to live in China before they got basically extradited by, well, you have to listen to their stories. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Don't know anything about Chrysler until after I got a 2022 Pacifica for my growing family. Is Chrysler as bad as they say? They are in the UK. Like, for some reason, I mean, we haven't got a lot of Chryslers in the UK, but they're not as good. I mean, Ford seem to be a bit more reliable, which is strange. But I don't mind them too much, but I think you have to watch out for the parts more than anything. I mean, this is why I like in the UK. I don't know if you're in the UK, Chris, but in the UK, when it comes to like, most people end up like with Fords, not just because they're partially reliable, but it's just because if they do break, there's so many spare parts, it's not even funny. Chrysler are okay, but yeah, they went. Yeah, I would say that the old school, like anything made after the 80s, it starts to go a bit funny. Yeah, I think nowadays you can still sort of rely on Japan to make a decent car. Japan are still quite happy to make good cars, and they don't really cheap out on parts, which is why they're so bloody expensive. But they make good, reliable vehicles. Korea, not Korea. Actually, no. Hold on. Who makes Hyundai? Is that Thailand? I can't actually. Where the fuck is? Where is Hyundai made? South Korea. Yeah, so Hyundai are really good. So I've had a Hyundai in the past. Genuinely a really reliable car, and it wasn't my fault that I had to get rid of it. It was the person who wrote my car off's fault. So yeah, I really liked it. It was very simple to work on because it was all just sort of good ideal parts. Yeah, we're normally down. I mean, in the UK, it's like if you own a Vauxhall or you own a Ford, you're basically in that sort of like majority of this is what a lot of people drive. And the reason why is just because they're cheaper, more parts are around, and everything else. Reliability it's hard to find nowadays, so you just have to make the best of whatever situation you have. We don't have Vauxhalls. No, you have Opel, which is the same fucking car. Basically, there's two types. You either have a Vauxhall or an Opel, and Opels are basically Vauxhalls. I just don't understand why they changed the name for one country and not the other. It's all fun and games though. Never heard of Opel. So Opel are basically, if you look at their like badge symbol on the front, it looks like a thunderbolt to the side. they are basically more in America. I don't think they're where you live, because I know you live in sort of rural America, don't you? But if you live like main city, you'd probably see a few more. Right, let's bring it down and put all this. Have we put all this back together now? Let's put the liquids back in now. We'll be alright. But for me, it would be. I mean, if I could choose my next car, like if I went, I'm having that one. I'd go for a Civic. Like the new versions of Civics look pretty cool. My neighbour over the road, she had an accident with her car. Her courtesy car was a 2021 Honda Civic with 4 doors, all the mod cons. I sat and just went, that's a really nice car. And it's like one of those back to the like brain fart of like, yeah, I really want one. Oh, I didn't put the starter back on. That would help. Hey lady, you can have your car back. It doesn't start anymore. Well, it used to, but it doesn't now. Looks like a shopping trolley with a wing. I don't know, the new ones actually look alright. Oh, come on, dude. Dude. Yay. So I don't mind the Honda Civics. Honda Civic 2021. So they made them a little bit more sleeker. Where's my thingy? There it is. That's the Civic. That's the Honda Civic Type R from 2021. And this is what the woman had on her as a courtesy car. So let me just find like a side view, because no. But they ditched that. They used to have like that really fugly like back spoiler, which I didn't like. But nowadays, that's what a Honda Civic looks like now, and genuinely, I actually like them. They're good, spacious cars. Don't look fucking stupid. They cut back on all that extra plastic that it didn't need as a rear wing. They got rid of a lot of that under crap that they had at the front on the front scoop, which was just lots of bits sticking out. It was like, no, this is pointless. And for a time, there was a point where I was just like, I don't really like them. But now they've sort of cut back all that crap. It's all good, you know? Too low for my fat ass? No, you'll be fine, mate. I get it, no, don't worry. It's not for everyone. For me, I actually prefer having a really low car. Just because I'm better on the road. But then I got to take into consideration like Kerry. So it'll be, I think the next one we'll be looking at, if I'm probably looking at, you're 6'4", you'll be fine. Just scrape your ass on the floor, you'll be alright. I think we'll be looking for something a little bit more raised up. So there is like one of my friends she's got funny leg problems as well. She drives like a slightly larger MG, and it's slightly off the floor, but that sort of height. So if you think of like like the Porsche 4x4, that sort of height off the floor is to help her get in and out of the car mainly. What's Arta's car? Yeah, so we'll have to see. But yeah, it comes down to like what Kerry can sort of get in and out now, because obviously occupational therapy just said, you sort of need to start adapting your life. It's like, okay, cool. So what I want to do, right, is I want to earn loads and loads of money, and then I want to buy myself a Honda Civic so I can have a car that's on the floor. Mid-size SUV, maybe a Chevy. Well, yeah, we don't get those in the UK. To put this into perspective, there's not really Chevy in this country. Skoda Fabia, yeah, they're all right. Yeah, so that sort of height off the floor for a wagon boy. We shall see, though. This car is not a mission car, and look how much I've got to take apart. This is like, hey, we need to do all of this stuff. Right, so where are we going to start? Sloppy steering. Yeah. Fix suspension. Okay, so the suspension's knackered. The exhaust is knackered. Let's just take the whole thing. Do you guys have Mopar? No. Not like a thing. At the moment, the main cars in this country when it comes to electric is basically Tesla. That's pretty much about it. Obviously, then we've got our main car brands like Ford, Vauxhall, and everything else. They're all building their own electric cars and stuff. Hybrids, because they're trying to get rid of the combustion engine in 2030. Then that basically goes out the window. You won't be able to have a hybrid because no one wants that. You won't be able to buy fuel because they want to get rid of the combustion engine. Then you're not going to have a petrol station anymore. You're just going to have crap. That's what it's going to be. So unfortunately, all of that disappears, and then the government just start taxing you on electric instead because they're going to lose a lot of money. That's the main issue. So for me, the fuel, in my head, the fuel industry brings in quite a lot of money for the country. Now, being that we are now on a separate entity, we are Brexited from the rest of the world. The only way that this country can really make money is by taxing things, everything that we use. So all that fuel duty that basically the government would lose out on is all going to disappear when you can't buy fuel anymore and you're just charging up. So our electric bills are going to go up a bit more because we're going to have to pay for it some other way, aren't we? And I was like, cool, so it's GA. We don't have the infrastructure for the UK. No, we don't. And there's going to be another problem. To put it into perspective also, I live in a flat, right? I don't have the means to have a charge point at my house. And because I'm above ground and there's no driveway, I've got nowhere to park my car. If you put an electric car charging section in the estate where I live on, I can guarantee you by the end of the week that gets installed, the gypsies will be round taking it all. Because it's copper. And it's all that electrical stuff that can be sold on. And other people will do it as well. It won't just be the gypsy people, it'll be metal scrappers. They'll be round here, be like, screw it, we'll just take the whole lot in. And they will take it. So it's a very risky thing to be able to put things in certain estates of where you live. It's not just my estate, this happens all across the country. Certain people will basically take advantage of the fact that they will have an infinite supply of copper, because what will happen is that they'll nick all the stuff out of it the first time and it gets replaced, and they'll nick it again and again, and this will just keep happening. Yeah. Oh no, so you don't tear up a yard in this country. So where we live, you would have a section just drilled into the side of your house. It's basically a box about so big. It gets drilled into your house, hooked up to your mains, and then you have your little plug that you plug into your car and plug into the charge point on your house, and that's how you charge your car. You don't have to rip up a driveway or anything. It's all very, very simple, but it's not cheap. So all of that stuff that you want to do for, we want to protect the environment, we want to do this, you have to mess around quite a lot just to do all this. And because the UK works on 240 volt, we've got the ability to be able to charge out the side of our houses straight away. We haven't got a major problem with that. But it's not ideal. And all of the people that are going to have all these charge points put in the side of their houses, at one point, some thief is going to be like, well, we can just make money off of stealing people's charge points because it's copper. and this is something that they haven't thought about. So yeah, chuck it all in, let it go, be happy. I guarantee that by the end of a couple of years, when people start getting more desperate, it's going to start causing a lot more problems. That's just my prediction of it all, though. I don't think it's a good move. I know I don't have to take all this apart, but I'm going to. Just because most of it's rusted up and it all just looks like it should be falling apart. And more XP. Take a whole car apart, it's one XP per part. Do 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 do. That is my thoughts on it all. I think it's a bit stupid, but I mean, unfortunately, because it's all being pushed, you have to abide by it. To create the power needed to be a nuclear reactor or a fusion reactor. Yeah, I know. I think France are working on a fusion reactor. I think Japan were working on one as well. But then the problem is where do you put it in the UK? And the problem with that, I know this is going to sound really bad, is that all these people who go, well, we need cleaner energy. All right, cool, we'll have nuclear. Well, you know what happened at Chernobyl? Yeah, I do. They did a power test. They turned it down too low and couldn't restart the pumps and reactor. We wouldn't do that in this country. That's fucking stupid. But then when you talk to people about it, it's like, well, we don't need another nuclear disaster. It's like most of the nuclear disasters, if you read into them, are normally user error or something failed. If you pay attention to what's going on, you might be all right. But yeah, a lot of the people who are like, we want clean energy, don't look at nuclear as a feasible thing because of past meltdowns. And there's only been like 2 major meltdowns, and one of them was caused by a fucking tsunami, and the other one was human error. The others, like, you know, one like a reactor like dropped down or something like that, they are documented and they are reasons why this happened in the first place. But overall, like, nuclear energy is a lot more safer now because of safety protocol and things that have happened in the past. Yeah, we really need to get back to nuclear. Yeah, I mean, the only other way that you can do it is if you build a hydrogen reactor, but then that can cause a massive boom as well, considering it's a bomb. We have had one, yes, and that's just what happens. But the nuclear power station down, yeah, Whipsnade, Windscale, sorry. Yeah. The thing is like the nuclear power station down the road. Well, I say down the road. It's about an hour away from where I live. That's never had a problem, and that got shut down under like just because it was getting old. And that's Dymchurch. No, not Dymchurch. Dungeness, sorry. Dungeness Power Station was right on the sea on the coast. Never had a problem in all of its years of running. And then it got decommissioned because it was getting old. Yeah, we went down there for a school trip. Yeah. Well, there's nothing there. It's a cafe, a lighthouse and a power station. There are 3 nuclear meltdowns. One was on the first reactor. So for we know. But as I said, it all comes down to like safety protocol now. And if you learn from the past, which is what you really should do, and you don't cut corners with build quality, and you do things properly, then we'll be alright. You know, nuclear meltdowns can be like prevented if everything is done forward. Yes, there may still be an issue or two, but it's the only way to produce the amount of power that we're going to need in the not so distant future. There was a nuclear meltdown a few years ago. I think that came with the quality of having a tsunami. You know?
Stuff that they used to was actually in 2 different places at 2 different heights. And that's what the problem was.
Yeah, but it was mainly the fact that they had a giant fucking tidal wave.
Yeah,
the thing is, I know it sounds bad, but if you build a nuclear power station in the UK, we do have sections of our area that have nothing on them at all. Like one of them, if you were to take apart Dymchurch again, you could put a nuclear reactor down there, and it would be fine. There's no one who lives there. Well, there's barely anyone who lives down there. It's basically a desolate section of the UK. I don't like this engine. It's knackered. And it's bloody push rods. I just want them to invent Pikachu's. Finally got you on stream. Let's go. Yeah, we're just having a chat. I mean, this is basically what I do in Hangout streams. I don't do anything productive. I just sit here and talk to people and see, you know, what opinions are. No. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And the other way around is you build... Elon Musk's way of doing it was to basically take a massive section of the Sahara Desert and just put solar panels in it. And I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. You're away from everybody then. All you need to do is employ people to clean them. I've been watching your videos, they're awesome. Thank you very much, much appreciated. I've seen a video on submersive nuke power plants. Yeah, I mean that's a positive way of like. The only downside is getting down there to run them. So that would be your only downside. You would have to employ crews to live underwater. I mean, they do it in submarines, but. The device that ours is, yeah, but. It's just wondering where we're going to go with it all. I've got to be honest, I don't really know. I'm just your average dumbass who just like predicts certain things and gets them wrong most of the time. But my main thing with this whole, like, I know it sounds bad, but the whole green initiative thing is, I think we're heading for a problem. I think we're going to be changing over too fast. And we're not going to be able to do a lot very quickly. I think the drain. There's going to be a massive drain on the grid when it comes to electricity in the UK, at least. I mean, I don't know what it's like in America, and you guys are a bigger country. You've got like more ways of creating your own power. We're just a funny little island in the middle of nowhere, and we don't have the infrastructure to be able to take on that much, like that quickly. Let's say there's 68 million people in this country right now. Let's say 2/3 of those own a car. So that's 40 million cars on the road. If we all have to move over to electric in the next sort of 5 years, because that's what they want, that's when they want to cancel off the combustion engine. Let's say we all have to move over in 5 years. That drain on the grid is going to be so massive that we're not going to be able to deal with it. It's going to be one of those times where you just sit there going, I think we fucked up a little bit. Yeah, I missed a spot of rust. No, I missed a spot of car. Would you like any car with your rust, sir? I'm taking it all apart because there's so much wrong with this car. It's like, this is the best way to do it. I'm just spilling oil everywhere. I don't really care. Oil's going on the floor. It doesn't matter. Don't care. There we go. $100. Whatever. This is how bad this is. The pistons are knackered as well. This is a full strip down. This is just how it has to be. At this point, it might actually be worth buying the repair bench. Because this is, I think this might actually cost me more than 10 grand to repair. And 10 grand is how much the repair place is. This is pretty bad. This is real gruesome. Right, how much is that? I think it's 10. Could be 15. It's 10 grand. We got 30. We should be alright. Buy the bench? Yeah. I think we needed it. Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry, because we're gonna have to take all of this apart. We'll make that money back, it's fine. Did I not undo them properly? Fudge now. I hope they're going to pay me well for this one. Oh, I don't care if the wheels are missing. Put it on the floor and drag it. Are the rat rods part of the base? No, they're DLC. Yeah, I think it was Hot Rod Pack. You got like 5 extra cars, new engines, that sort of stuff. Well, I say new engines, like what you see basically. We'll take all that off as well. So the idea is to strip the whole car, rebuild it, and everything will just be okay. I'll take that off as well. Take the radio. I don't care about the liquid. Just get rid of it all. It's $50. Don't care. Right. Next thing, gearbox. Get all that off as well. Put it in the crusher. Yeah. I would if I could. But because the list of this car was so big, it's like, okay, in order to get like all of this down, I'm gonna have to take most of the car apart because it all just looked rust, and it was like, okay, it needs to be gone. Because look how much I've had to strip off just to get down to just to here, and this looks dodgy as well. Right. Get the block out. Right, that's completely empty now. Let's get all the panels off. Like I said, this isn't even a mission car. This is a bog standard customer. Is like, can you come and look at my car? Yeah, sure, I'll come and look at your car. And then do everything. Charge the battery up. Split the wheels down. Faster, 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 faster. And hopefully we'll get this one done, even if it's the other plus side. Like I said, the other plus side to like doing this car and taking it all apart like we have is putting it all back together. It gives me more XP. So that's one fully charged battery. That's fantastic. Right, let's get all this done. It's just easier and cheaper. Glad I haven't lost my touch. Do. Oh, I failed that bit. No. Not bad though. So far, I've only failed one thing. When we're done, this car is going to look better. Don't know if it's going to be perfect, but it's definitely going to look a lot better. There's so much wrong with this car. I've still got 5 pages of parts that need to be repaired. Whose car was this? You need to look after your wheels better. If you are liking the fact I'm like putting myself through the ringer by doing this like as I am, hit the like, subscribe and notifications button below for all the other excitement that you might see on the channel. Got 3 pages left. 3 pages left. 1 boiled egg, 2 French hens, 9 turtle doves, and a crazy Hybridsteel in the corner. For more exhilarating content like this, yeah, this is exhilarating. This is like high octane, over the top. You'll be completely at ease watching this stuff. Like, we're there on the precipice of absolute amazement. And the block. There we go. Right. I want to say most of that stuff I repaired. Vehicle cannot start, so I need spark plugs. So let me just, I'm going to buy spark plugs. Right. I swear, but didn't we? It makes no sense to me. I swear we repaired the block. Or is the block not part of the list? The supercharger's part of it, the water pump's part of it, but the block itself, no. The block isn't on the list though. The heads are. Very, very strange. Please have coolant warning. Content warning. Yeah, it's gonna be so extreme. What we'll do is we'll mark all the stuff that I need to do for this one. And then everything that's blue, I'll have to go and buy. Okay? We're all good. Unless I repaired it. Need a filter. Right. Pistons. David B has won 5. Excellent. Well done for pressing jump at the right time. We need a we need pistons and we need the things as well. Pretty sure they're the ones we needed. If not, just about to have a lovely shock. The thing I don't like about this engine though is the con rods, is the actual like push rods, because there's so many of them. That was the one I messed up on. £800. I really hope this customer's got deep pockets, because this is a lot of money. Yummy filters. We'll go up a level soon, we'll be alright. Scoop's fine. Thankfully I repaired like most of this, so easy metal work done, and I was like, okay, cool, don't have to really worry too much about these. Still not sure why the block didn't get repaired. I know I messed up on the head, but I'm not sure why the block didn't get repaired. All good. Bring it down. And this is why I don't like doing these engines. Not this one, at least. Push rods suck. I need bloody 16 rocker arms as well. Well, I wasn't expecting to do a full rebuild for just a bog standard. Not like this. Not like this. Hopefully we'll get it done in like, I don't know, 10 minutes, pushing it a little bit. We'll get this done though. This is the last thing I've got to do. Needs to be done. Spark plugs. Are you planning on doing a stream for Hydroneer tomorrow? Yeah, I'm just basically diddling around with like just stuff. Really, I want to. My main big thing tomorrow is to put an RGB strip into my greenhouse of drills. That's really about the whole main task. And then after that, just I don't know, build stuff out really. Can't find the mod thing used for this. I think it was called Melon or something like that. Oh, I use a WeMod. Well, I mean, there's not going to be many of those Hydroneer streams left. And that's the thing. So at some point in the, I want to say more towards probably like, I want to say maybe October, I might do a Hydroneer run through from Ember Cradle all the way through. So we'll come up with the parameters of like how much I need to go over to the next thing. Your stream is stuttering. Yeah, probably, or it's just me. It's not on my end. My end is excellent connection according to YouTube, so it's not me. So yeah, it's in October. I'll probably be doing a. I want to do a Hydroneer stream then, because I think it will just be. What we'll do is we'll sit down, we'll have a chat about the parameters of what I can and cannot use, or what I can, or the money I need in order to start, that sort of thing, or how much I need to go over to the next place. So we have to work out all that as well. And most of the choices will be down to the community, which will be fine. Got 1 gigabit speed in the UK, don't you? Yeah, I do. We actually got ours. Some of us have. So where I live, yes, we're up to 900 meg broadband, which is basically a gigabyte at this point. And it's not quite a gig, obviously, because a gig is 1028 or 1024. We're at 900, which is still pretty bloody good, if I'm going to be honest. Considering that most people are outside of where I live, I like 72 meg, which I feel sorry for them now. I feel like a broadband snob. Let's put it that way. I have much better fibre optics than you. 100 meg's fine. That's better than a lot of the people in the UK. Way better. A lot of people nowadays are like, you're cutting them between certain like sections. You're either getting 72 meg, which is bog standard broadband, because they run through because it runs through like the old copper that's underground, or you get fiber optic. But even then, fiber optic with a lot of companies is actually limited to, I think it's limited to 100 meg, because they just don't have the infrastructure to actually put in a proper fiber optic line. The company that like took over from where we live, they basically bought up a load of contracts from BT, because obviously BT are the main sort of exchange in the UK, and then they went hell for leather on it and went, well, what we're going to do is we're going to connect everybody to fiber optic. And instead of drilling holes under going through the underground, they ran their own cable system over the village. It's like, cool, I'm good for this. And it literally is just one big black cable that runs from their exchange up onto our telegraph poles and into their connection boxes on all the places that are around here. Fibre optic broadband, made cheap apparently. And we pay 30 quid a month now for 900 meg broadband. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm waiting for other smaller companies to do this, because the technology is there to do it now. It just seems to be people are just too bloody slow to do it.
And also since BTR.
So yeah, bring it on. Problem is everything runs off the internet nowadays. So yeah, it does. That's where fibre optic comes into play. Fibre optic is so fast, you won't even notice if anybody else is on the line. Like when we're at full, when this household alone is at full capacity, it's my kid's TV, because that's a Wi-Fi. My computer, which is running through the hub straight up, and then Kerry's computer, which is running on Wi-Fi, I believe. And then we've got we've got her phone, and we've got all this and that. We don't see any drag or anything, and that's even with other people on the same company as we're on. My downstairs neighbour is on the same fibre optic line, and his does not. It's just basically just breezes. It is that good, basically. So I'm waiting for the rest of the country to now catch up. I mean, my brother lives in the middle of bloody southwest Wales, and he's on fibre optic broadband, and that's actually supplied by BT. So it's very strange. But yeah, he's on he's on 900 meg as well. Yeah, fibre optic is just it just works. It's basically as good as what Todd Howard says. It just works. But for all those people out there in the UK, there are people in the UK that still don't have internet. Well, broadband at least. They have bog standard internet. I feel sorry for them, because there shouldn't be any reason why they shouldn't have it. Well, I guarantee this will remind me if I do something wrong, so. As long as we never have to go back to dial-up. Oh. The only time that's going to happen is when the world stops. Basically. We'll be alright. I do find it funny when you have conversations with younger people and they're like, what did you do before this? It's like, we waited. very, very patiently until nobody was going to pick up the phone, and then we were fine. Yeah. Whoa. Patience was definitely key, man. Right, I think we can now put the rest of this card together. Yeah, I genuinely, I believe that. Like, the way that I look at everything is, I sort of identify myself more as, even though I was born in '83, I identify more as a Gen Z, not Gen Z, Gen X, because of just the mentality. I'm like, you know, there are certain parts of me where I just don't give a shit, sort of thing. I will quite happily turn. I don't when we go out for a meal. If we go out for a meal and stuff, I don't look at my phone. I don't need it. It's not part of what I do. It's literally there for phone calls. You know, I use it very sparingly, because I'm not. Apart from sitting in front of a computer all day, if I go out, I don't need my phone all the time. Even when I go to a gym, I don't even listen to music. I just listen to whatever's in the gym. So I'm not attached to my phone like that for it, like the way that is. Yeah, man. But the thing is I identify more with the older generation because of just the way I was brought up. My parents, I would say, did a good job with me. I mean, admittedly, I was a pain in the ass, but the way that they brought me up was more my mentality of just like their way of doing it. Okay, you go out, you do this, you go off and play, you go out and be more independent. You give yourself that sort of life. And I get it. Some people don't like letting their kids out now because of like due to like paedophiles and other things you're going to read up online. And I completely understand. But if you don't let your kids be kids, they just turn into like marshmallows. Basically. They're just too soft. But why haven't you all smashed that like button? Most people have, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I mean, I don't have wheels. Oh no, I took all the wheels apart, didn't I? But that's just how I see things. I mean, I know that my mentality on like certain situations are like different to others, but you know, I mean, there has to be a breaking point of like when it comes to what you expect to happen and what's gonna happen. Some of these things are never gonna happen. All you have to do is just, you know, just learn to live without certain things, and then things will happen. You become more patient, you become more critical and cynical of things. You actually pay attention to the rest of the world. That's what you need to do. Don't sit on social media all day. Focus on you and your life. Don't have to worry about Jackie on TikTok, who's just broke the record for like skipping a 1 foot for all of her life, or whatever she's done. All you have to do is pay attention to what you're doing, because if you pay attention to what you're doing, that's your focus. That's what you should be listening to. Pay attention to you. Be happy. The reason why lots and lots of people are like so fucking depressed nowadays is because they keep reading everything online. It makes them more depressed. Unless you have an underlying medical condition that I don't know about. So what mods did I use? I used the one on Wii mod was basically to just boost my level, to boost the XP. So I got these. That's it. That's all I literally did. It was on Wii mod. So anything that basically gave you points, that's what I added, and that's what I used. I didn't need anything else, because everything else is basically you have to unlock with just time. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just unlock it with time. Like now I'm level 8, which sucks because I need to be like level 15. But I will just grind this game up. Right. Do I need to worry about suspension? They're all on the car. Steering rack. This car is it's costing too much. No, it doesn't. I'll be honest, after the way that everything's been going down on Helldivers recently, I'm really like not considering buying Sony again after this. I mean, I have a PS5, right? That's pretty much what I have. But after the way they're treating Helldivers 2 players, right at the second, right at now, I don't like it at all. I really don't. Front sway bar link A. It's one of those. I'll get 2 of them, it's fine. I'm probably going to make a loss on this one, but that's just because I've spent quite a long time rebuilding it properly. For now though, I can just stick the rest of this back together, which is fine. The cap on the other wheel. Interesting. So who's looking forward to the new series of Doctor Who? I'm not watching it. If you're watching it, I hope you enjoy it. It's definitely not for me. After seeing Shooty Gatwa's performance in the extended Christmas special shit that he was in, I'm good without it. I think I'm hanging up whatever I had in it. It's just not for me, man. Right, I need to put the wheels back together now. Because the wheels aren't a problem, apparently. The only thing left is the mid-exhaust, which is that one, I think. You haven't watched Doctor Who since Tennant was the Doctor? Well, Tennant came back for a special because he's basically the, well, we're losing our figures. Quick, bring back David Tennant. We'll be fine. With the addition to now Ncuti Gatwa, yeah, and the way that it's been Disneyfied, it's not cool. And Russell T Davies is now just, I think he's just trying to milk it so he still has a sort of career. Unfortunately, I don't hold much hope. Let's put it like, I genuinely think this is, if you want to watch the end of Doctor Who, I think this is going to be it. I think you're just about to watch the end. I don't think it can happen anymore. Not like it used to. Oh, that's the thing. I would say that like a lot of the original Doctor Who stuff wasn't for an American audience, right? It was more British because of just the way it was filmed, settings, even just some of the humour in it wasn't for American people. But because now it's being more sort of mainstreamed and more, I'm gonna have to say it again, but Disneyfied, you're going to see Doctor Who in the UK, Disney Plus a lot more, because that's where it's going to be now. It's going to be on Disney Plus and on the BBC, so everyone can watch it. And I genuinely feel that you'll start to see a real dip in the performance after, I don't know, a couple of weeks. If it gets down to Jodie Whittaker like era, then you've got a problem. Most of her viewing figures for her episodes were around 4 million viewers, which isn't good. It's not massively bad, but it's not good. But yeah, it's looking dodgy. Nearly done. We've just got to do the bod. We've just got to put the bodywork back on and liquids, and then we're good. Oh, I didn't balance the wheel. Nipples. It'll tell me if I did something wrong when I go to take it all apart or put it back together. So. Damn it. Bloody leaf spring. Bloody. Did one side but not the other. Sucks, man. Sucks. Fuse box. Oh no, it's going to be a clip off the ignition core. Bring it down to the engine. I know I haven't done liquids. Don't worry about liquids. Cool. I think we've done everything now. Pretty sure. Should be done. Fuel tank and pump. Fuel tank is there. The fuel tank is there in the back. Like that big black thing across the back end, that's the fuel pump and the tank. Oil. The real Buddha. How you doing, bud? Right, get rid of everything because that was a fun time. There we go, 29 grand in. Now, the other reason why we lost money is because obviously we bought the extension, so we did spend 10 grand on that and the workbench as well. So we spent money. Damn it! Why are you always playing games that you want to? Games that me want to spend money. No, well, I'm always playing games because I'm a gamer. Sorry. How's it going? Yeah, doing alright. Go to bed. Just had to finish that one. I'm all good. So, if you have enjoyed this video, or if you're watching on the replay, thank you very much for being here. It's most appreciated, and so on and so forth. Tomorrow will be a Foundry live stream. We're going to be going into tier 2, so should be fun. And the worst part is it's going to do my head in, so you get to see me suffer as well at the same time. And on Sunday, Hybridsteel chill stream. Going to be like messing around with a few bits of like scenery, making things look pretty. Just having generally a nice sort of like chill out for the end of the weekend, and then back into Monday where the world carries on apparently. So until then, I want to say thank you very much for coming by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed it, like, subscribe, notification button below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, or whatever time it is, and I'll see you all later. Boom! Fist bump to you.